Hello and welcome to the video lecture on Chapter 7, Introduction to Chapter 7. Once again, welcome to IT 118. Chapter 7 is the chapter where we get into not only advanced SQL, as far as the SQL that you know about already, which is select statements, but later on in the chapter we're also going to talk about create trigger statements and some more advanced statements. So, what is Chapter 7 about? Chapter 7's objectives are we're going to define some terms, all sorts of definitions that you're going to need to know. We are going to write, we're pretty much done with single table queries. We're going to jump right in and we're going to start doing multiple table SQL queries, which is really where the power of SQL lies. We are going to define and use three different types of joins, and joins being one of the terms that we are going to define shortly. We are going to write what are known as non-correlated and correlated subqueries. The SQL that we're going to be learning when we get into multi-table joins and multi-table scenarios, we're going to move through a process of getting more and more efficient. The reason for that, of course, is because the data, the size of the data stores that we're going to be dealing with are enormous. And because they are so enormous, it is very important for SQL writers to write very efficient SQL. You don't want to write a query that's going to take 24 hours to run, because by the time it finishes running, it's the next day already. So we have to write SQL queries that are efficient and bring result sets back very, very quickly. Even today, if you were to sit here and count to 10, that is a very uncomfortable amount of time for anybody to be sitting and waiting for a result set to come back. Could you imagine typing in a search into Google and sitting and waiting for 10 seconds? You wouldn't put up with it. You'd find a different search engine. So we're gonna talk about efficient SQL. We're going to talk about establishing referential integrity by using SQL. We learned a little bit about that in our create table statements. And as I alluded to, we're going to talk about triggers. We're going to talk about stored procedures. And we're going to talk about the SQL standard as it is. All right, so that is the end of the video lecture of the introduction to Chapter 7, and we will move on from here.